This YouTuber shows us the easiest ORB trading strategy and says he made 35% return in just 7 months. But can it pass a prop firm challenge? Let's find out. My name is Eddy Pips and I'm on a mission to test trading strategies to see if they truly stand up to the prop firm challenge. Before we get started, if you have a strategy in mind, drop it in the comments. I'll try to test it. Let me break down how this works. I find a trading strategy, I pick a random month, I backtest it trade by trade using FXReplay. We track wins, losses, drawdown, and whether it hits the prop firm's rules. Some strategies will pass a prop firm challenge in a few days, and some might fail in less than a week. We try to test a whole month or more until either profit target is hit or drawdown is. So let's find out if this easy ORB trading strategy that made 35% in 7 months can pass a prop firm challenge. Let's dive right in. Before we get started, if you're having trouble picking a prop firm or you're looking to get started with one, let me quickly tell you about Earn to Trade. 8 years in the business, 4.7 star rating on Trustpilot with perks like free resets, free education, and scalable plans. This is the prop firm I would recommend to family and friends. Grab 60% off through the link in the description before September 14th. Let's dive back in. Alright, the rules to this strategy are extremely simple and I have high hopes for this one considering the simplicity and the mechanical nature of this trading strategy. So let's go ahead and talk about the rules. I have the rule summary over here on the left. So first things first, we are on the 15-minute time frame. We are going to wait for the 9:30 a.m. candle to close. So that means here, you can see here at the bottom, it shows 9:30 a.m. Apologies, 9:30 a.m. That means this candle ends at 9:45, so we are going to mark the high and we are going to mark the low. Now the next rule is mark the high and low of the 15-minute candle, which we just did. Drop down to the 5-minute time frame. We're going to drop down here to the 5-minute time frame. We are going to wait for price to close outside either high or low of the 15-minute range. So we are on the 5-minute time frame now. We are going to play price out until we get a close above the 15-minute high or below the 15-minute high. All right, as you can see here, we have our close below the 15-minute low. Once price closes outside the range, market execute. So we are going to go ahead, take our short position tool, and we are going to enter immediately. Stop loss placement. This is where the strategy gets interesting. The stop loss placement is a little unorthodox and something I've never seen before, but he tells us to grab a fib retracement tool and mark 50% of the 15-minute candle range. So that high and low that we drew out, we're going to take a fib retracement tool. We're going to mark the high and we are going to mark the low. And we are going to place our stop loss at the 50% plus 5 points. So here, for example, our stop loss would be 66.25. We're going to move it up to 71.25. And we are going to target 2R. And let's see how price plays out. As you can see, straight to our target. Again, let's summarize what happened. We had our, on the 15-minute time frame, we marked out the close of the 9:30 candle. We marked the high. We marked the low. We dropped down onto the 5-minute time frame and we waited for price to close below the range for a sell or above the range for a buy. Once we got price closed below the range, we market executed. We placed our stop loss at the 50% of this 15-minute candle and 5 points above it. So we gave it a 5-point buffer. Let's go over another example so you can see what I'm talking about, and then we could dive right into the back testing results. All right, and here we are with another example. This is the 9:30 candle, so we're going on to the 15-minute time frame, and we are waiting for the 9:30 candle to close. We are going to mark the high, and we are going to mark the low. We are going to drop down onto the 5-minute time frame, and we are going to wait for price to close above or below. And here you can see we closed above. Now, for stop loss placement, we are going to take the range of the 15-minute candle, and we are going to mark the high and the low of that range. This 50% is what we are worried about. We're going to place our stop loss 5 ticks below. So 96.75 is our stop loss. 101.75 is the buffer that we give it. We are targeting 2R, and we're going to see how price plays out. And this one was a loss. Let's go over one more example. Another set of rules that I did not include as well, I'll add them here, is we close the trade at 4 p.m. no matter what. Okay? At 4 p.m. we close a trade no matter what the risk to reward is, whether it's 2, whether it's 0.4, whether it's 0.1, whether it's negative 0.3, whatever it is, you close the trade. All right, let's go over one more example here. All right, again, 15-minute time frame. Wait for the 9:30 a.m. candle to close. Mark the high, mark the low. And what you could do after you drop down onto the 5-minute time frame, you could take your fib retracement tool and mark that range out immediately so that you do know where your stop loss would go, because the stop loss is going to be the same whether price closes below or above that range. Now we are going to wait for price to close above or below that range, and you can see here we got to close below the range. We are going to take our short position tool. We are going to market execute. Our stop loss is going to go 5 points above here, so that's going to be 88.50. Again, this is 5 points above the midpoint of that 9:30 candle, and we are going to target to R. And again, we are going to close our trade at 4 p.m. regardless of what the result of the trade is. Let's see how this one plays out. Let's mark out 4 p.m. just in case we do have to exit there in this case scenario. All right, and in this case scenario here, we would have had to close the position right here, and that would have yielded us a 0.87 R, so not even a 1 R. Now, after looking and browsing through the chart and seeing if this works, unfortunately, I do not have high hopes, but I hope I'm proved wrong, considering the simplicity of this strategy and how easy it would be for everybody to follow it and for everybody to win. I would absolutely love that for everybody, but let's go ahead. Let's dive into the backtesting results and see how we did, guys. And as you can see here with that trade, we complete step 1. The first phase has been passed, and it only took 3.5 months. So let's go ahead and engage in step 2. And as you can see with that trade, we passed. Let's go ahead and dive into the analytics. Don't forget to check out Earn to Trade. Use code EddyPipsTrading and hit apply to take 60% off of every challenge. All right, guys, and we passed. I'm super excited about this, like I said, because of the simplicity of the strategy and how mechanical it is. Let's dive into the analytics. Number one thing is, do not be turned off by the equity curve. It was very, very, very stagnant at the beginning of the year. In January, February was actually a terrible month. And then March just made it all back, which is kind of crazy, but it shows you that a trading strategy might not work for a while and can still be profitable in the long term. Okay, so the worst thing about this strategy is the 8.16% drawdown. Like I said in my last video, I like to stay away from the strategies that have 5 to 6% drawdown, considering that is the kind of cap for some of these prop firm challenges. Once you hit that drawdown, it's bye-byes. But we had an awesome 46% win rate. Now, to anybody who that does not sound attractive to, I really would dig deeper into understanding win rate and risk to reward ratio, because with a 1 to 2 risk to reward ratio, having a 46% win rate is awesome. Okay. Let's see, total of 64 trades, won 7 in a row, lost 5 in a row. Let's go over here. 29 winners, 34 losers. I actually journaled every single one of these trades just so that I could kind of keep track of it. I'm going to open up a couple random ones so that you can see that I did follow the rules exactly. All right, here's one of them. Here's the image. You can see here we marked out the first 15 minutes. We waited for price to close on the 5-minute time frame. We took the fib retracement tool and put the stop loss at 5 points below the 50% of it, and we targeted to RR. And let's go ahead and click on another random one, just so that you can so I can show you that I did follow every single rule in this back test. Same thing here, okay? And we'll do one more here just so that you believe me, okay? Boom. There it is. You can see. All right. So this strategy I would recommend. I think it would be pretty cool to see how this is trading an actual prop firm. If you want to see that, let me know in the comments. But I would suggest this to new traders. And it is so simple to use. It's very nice. It's a 2 risk reward ratio. It's completely mechanical. And I absolutely enjoy doing this one, except for January. Of course, you can see all of the red. But guys, my goal here is to find strategies that actually have a chance to pass a prop firm and to help you avoid watching all of these YouTube gurus post hundreds of strategies a month and have no clue if they actually work. I want to help you save time and money. All right. So would I use this strategy? Heck yes. Do I suggest you use this strategy? I would definitely give it a try. Like, come on now. 46% win rate, 2 risk to reward ratio. March was an absolute great month. But yeah, if you have any suggestions on how I format these videos, please do not be afraid to leave that in the comments. I'm here for you guys. I want to make this easier for you guys, okay? Whether that includes including a PDF to all the rules for the strategies that actually pass the prop firm challenge, things like that. Please let me know in the comments. And yeah, until the next one, take care.